Go.
I've been the fake.
Oh, thought I hit the thing. It's a delay. And we are here. What's
What's up,
up,
y'all?
everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, it's our favorite time of the night because y'all already know what it is. It's Wednesday night. We're here for the family reunion. We're ready to vibe. We're ready to catch up because it's been a minute. You know, we've been missing in action for a little bit, but now we are here. We're ready to go ahead and fellowship and have a good time with the fam. So, if this is y'all first time rocking with us, we would like to go ahead and just formally introduce ourselves. I go by the name of Kesha Keesh.
And it's your boy, Dr. Real. Mr. Motivational. Let's go. Let's get it. It's been a long time, family. Can't wait to talk to you, get these topics rolling.
Right, it has. It has been a long, long time. Before we get started, I know that there was a lot of storms that was happening in the area, and it seemed like the storms just been touching down pretty much everywhere. It's like it'll hit one city, go to the next city, and it's just rolling, rolling, rolling. One of the places that, a couple of places actually, they got hit pretty hard were in Arkansas. My daughter, she's there. My mother, I got family in Arkansas. So just prayers for everybody. I heard storms are still rolling in that way. Please, please, please take it serious. I know a lot of times we feel like, oh, it won't hit me. It won't cross over. It's going to cross over. But, we're in a time where they're touching down. So y'all be safe. Watch out for your loved ones. Keep everybody on alert. And just, man, we got to stay prayed up because it's happening. It is
Thoughts and prayers with
happening.
everybody affected by the storms. Thoughts and prayers.
Yes, it's happening. Well, we got a couple of topics that we want to talk about tonight. And we know that this is a 30-minute show. To be honest, I know that we may go a little bit over because sometimes, we get to talking and we get a little bit long-winded. So if we do, just keep rocking with us because that's just what we do. We have great topics and we have a good time.
Yes, we do.
So, the first topic, what is our first topic for tonight, Dr. Real?
I'm going to go ahead and get into this money thing because a lot of people are worried about it, as they rightfully should be worried about it. But it's a long, drawn out, complex story. So I'm going to kind of give you some snippets because it's a lot to break down, and we don't have the time constraints to do it in. So
Uh-huh.
real quickly, so everybody's been hearing about the dollar going to collapse here. They people act like it's imminent, and it's really not imminent.
Right.
Uh, but I'm gonna give you what a currency collapse is basically when currency loses all of value. Because money is simply nothing but an IOU from the government. Back in the day, before Nixon decided to stop letting gold back up a dollar in 1971, that's what it was. Those numbers on your dollar bills back in the day was about the amount of gold that was backing that money. You know what I'm saying? But then the dollar got flooded around the international, economy, and then the dollar, you couldn't put enough gold to back the dollar. So the Nixon in 71 decided to get rid of it. But in order for a dollar to have value, society has to believe that that money is going to be around for a long time. So the U.S. dollar is the most dominant dollar, the most dominant currency in the international economy, and it still is.
Yeah.
It's lost some of its steam. Don't get me wrong, and that's where everybody's worried. But this is the ways it can collapse. Hyperinflation. That means where every dollar becomes less valuable. Like today, you could buy a 12 pack of Coke for $10, and then next year you only can afford a 6 pack for the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it happened in Zimbabwe in the early 2000s, so this is possible. Don't get it twisted. It's possible. It's a far fetched for us, but it's still possible. Political instability, like if we have another a real insurrection, a civil war, United States take over, uh, World War III happens, then that could definitely undermine the dollar. High debt, to where we have so much debt, that's where we definitely there, to where we can't
Right.
afford to pay our debt. And that's what some people worry about. If China ever decides to call their market in, people are worried about that being a problem. But here's where the scary part came when Ukraine was attacked by Russia. This is what kind of got the ball rolling big time. You had all those economic sanctions against Russia. So Russia said, okay, I got you. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler at my boy China, because, they buddies, because they're both communist countries. And we going to team up and get a cooperation between our financial systems. So the ruble, and I think this is called it's spelled YUAN. I should look at the pronunciation, but they're combined their monies together to to what he's trying to do is dollarization the dollar, which means the process of substituting the US dollar as currency used for trading commodities and other goods. So what's happening is other countries are jumping ship. Russia and Iran are working on a cryptocurrency to be backed by gold. That's affecting the dollar in that area. You have multiple South Asian countries that are looking to move away from the dollar. That's problematic. There was a tourist countries. That dollar in that area depends on the tourism. Then you have the first time in 48 years that Saudi Arabia has opened the trading currencies besides the dollar, and Saudi Arabia is one of our biggest backers. But before y'all go run and start putting y'all money in the mattress, just understand that the central banks, 60% are still backed by the US dollar. But you need to
how many 60%?
60% of the central banks of the world are still backed by the dollar. So a lot of times we get caught up and we get these Tubi rabbit holes and go on YouTube and start seeing people start giving you these inflammatory statements. This is why it's important to do your homework. You have to look at what the media is saying, what the real financial people like Warren Buffett and of those of that ilk. And also, you got to look at stuff that the conspiracy theorists are saying, because all of that will give you some semblance of the truth. Because what the conspiracy theorists people are saying, they ain't actually lying. They just jumping on that because of these countries are like Brazil. I think it was Brazil and another country, two of biggest South American economies are trying to put their money together as well. Everybody is trying to stop the dollar from being so important because the American dollar is like a bully in the market for the economy. We can weaponize that anytime we want to. But right now, I'm thinking COVID was a test run to see, one, can they really move away from a cash society and go straight to just, you seeing the cryptocurrency pop up really big during that time. And also it was all debit cards. You can't make enough coins, so you got to use a debit card.
Right.
That was a test run. And they seen it was successful. So you're going to start seeing the dollar's going to lose value at that point because of what's going to happen with everybody going to crypto and everybody's going to be on a digital currency. That's going to undermine the dollar. Okay. However, don't get into panic, because if the dollar fails, that's going to be global devastation. It ain't just going to be here. It's going to be worldwide. And there's even China with their own issues, nobody wants that problem. Because then you have to revert back to learning how to hunt, to fish, and get your own water. Because all hell is literally going to break loose if the dollar loses value, because too many people depending on it still.
But let me ask you this, Dr. Real. So let's say it this way, because this is kind of like how I'm understanding it may go, but it may not. So if I have a big pool of people here, and these people are already opting into it to go this way, because they're doing it now. It's people doing it now. But I may have this smaller group of people over here that's like, oh no, I'm staying old school. I need to know where my money is. I'm going to the bank. I'm withdrawing. Is that where the measurement is coming from? Like watching more people that's opting in it? Because the thing about it, what really frightens me in that situation is because of the people that are outnumbered. Because you have celebrities, you have football players, you have all these type of people that are already hosting these type of events to sway people to move this way. Because I guess really for them, it does work better because of the money they have, all the investments in the stocks and all these things. It's easier for them to put this in one place. I was in a setting with Dez Bryant, him and a lot of other football players, and this is what they're doing. And they broke it down to make sure that everybody understood. It's just like, it's kind of like a wallet. It's kind of like those things to where it's better to you walk into a place and I have this reading on you and everything is going to be in one spot. But for the people that don't understand it, like the older, I was talking to my mom about it last night, and it really was, I think, bothering her because she's wanting to know, like, well, what am I gonna do with my money? Like, do I wait to the end? Do I spend it? Like, I think we as a people, the our elders, they don't really understand a lot of this stuff that's going on, and sometimes they're embarrassed to even ask us and bring it up. And I think we just have to do our due diligence to do our best to keep them in a loop and to make sure that they understand, because this stuff is really foreign to them.
It's
It is.
it's more tied into the global market than it just centralizing just to us. It's so many moving parts to it. It's like I say, it's almost, I know nothing's impossible, but it's going to be very difficult for the dollar to just fail because there's too many people, too many things in play for that to happen. What these countries are trying to do, they're trying to become less dependent upon it. Like I said, we can weaponize the dollar anytime we want to. You know what I'm saying? We can use it against them, and these countries are tired of that. No one wants to be the whipping boy anymore to the American dollar.
True.
So, they need to train their minds up on cryptocurrency because that's not going anywhere. And they need to understand that these banks are loving the fact that they're trying to go to a straight dollar, a paper dollar society, because now not only can I track everything you buy, not only I can charge you these outrageous fees for every little thing. It's only gonna make the banks get richer.
Yeah.
So this not Armageddon, it ain't end of the world, but this is why I tell everybody, you need to keep your ears to not just your street, but the streets of the world. Because if all you worry about is what happened in your little area, by the time you find out what's happening in the big scale of things, it's too late.
It's too late.
So I'm going to keep this story. As much as I hear about this story, because I'm on Forbes.com all the time, I will keep updating the power people, let them know what it is. But your dollar is less valuable than it was last year. That is true. You're getting less for what you buy right now.
Getting less. So
your salary is not keeping pace with inflation. Say inflation is 3% and your raise is 2%. You are already losing because now you're going to have to cut something to keep up with the bills you were paying last year with the same money.
Exactly. See, those are the things that people got to understand, because it's I think they've been watching it for a while, and it's just been going down, 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 down. And it's just sad to say that, it's coming to this, but we got to be prepared. We got to be knowledgeable. We got to start paying attention, y'all, to things that really matter, like the things that impacts our life and for the long run as well. Sometimes I think we just get disconnected from those things and try to keep everything so fun and funny to where we just lose insight on what's really happening in life. So we really we got to get back to it, y'all.
Exactly.
But moving along. So speaking of fun topics or hot topics or things that sometimes people may say ain't got nothing to do with them. One of the hot topics that's been going on is the divorce that's taking effect with Eva. And I think everybody knows it. She was a model, top model, all these different celebrities, everybody. But anyways, her and her husband, they're going through a divorce. Now, I did hear him say that he was going to fight for his marriage to the end, So it's not like he's trying to let her go easy. But with that being said, the topic kind of spent off of the fact that he adopted her daughter. So because he adopted her daughter, everybody is up, in a brawl because she is requesting child support along with the divorce. So we want your thoughts. Even if you're here, you're watching a replay, drop your comments when you come back to rewatch, because this is everywhere. If you go on pretty much any social site, you're going to see his picture and her picture up, and everybody is really upset because they feel that she should not try to put him on child support because he's not the real father of her child. What's your thoughts, Dr. Real?
No good deed. Just no good deed. I mean, he was trying to do in his mind. I'm pretty sure he was thinking they was going to be together forever. That was his first mistake. There's no such thing as forever. It's everything for me. Everything is worse for right now. You know what I'm saying? People change their mind like draws. So he did something that's very admirable. Admirable. I appreciate what he did, but now, unfortunately, he's gonna pay the piper. I mean, you adopted a child. So that child is now yours. So there's no
And
different. It's no different if it was. It's almost to the point to my eyes now. It's like you different, no different. You naturally having a kid because now you're taking ownership of this child. You just can't say, "Well, I only want ownership of the child while you're married, and I got to move up." No, you once you sign that paperwork, no different than the man signing the paperwork, not want to get DNA tested. You're not sure that baby his. You don't sign that contract, and that is now you, and it's not right for me. I think she shouldn't do that, but at
well,
the end of
it's
the
a
day,
it's
you
a
sign a deal. So
And then I haven't looked up the rules and regulations and the laws in their state as well. I know sometimes we do get opinionated and we tie that to laws that we may be used to based on the state that we live in, but it's a possibility that is how their state is set up, meaning that he is required. That's one thing. But then another thing is, I get he's an attorney. Hell, he know the law real well. So he
yeah,
knew when he was adopting that baby what the consequences was. Now the downside of it is he couldn't. I guess he, at the time maybe thought like they were going to be together, forever or whatever the case may be. Or he may even have mindset that to death do us part, no matter what take place. Because typically the reason why they're getting a divorce is because he cheated. He
yeah.
cheated. So that is why they're getting a divorce. So, in that sense, I mean, damn, what y'all wanted to do?
So
She thought we was going.
if
She
he
thought they
cheated,
probably was going to be
so
together
so
forever too.
is this her way of exacting revenge by asking for the child support, or does she really want the child support? Because
I
now
mean,
that's
it's a
kind of
good
changing.
question. It's a
You
good
know what I mean?
question, but if you look at it as a whole, think about it. We were in a financial situation together. We are you taking care of the kids when you're here anyways. Now I'm about to have to go fend for myself, and your responsibility is different because you're not here with us if I decide to go this place. So I still have to take care of my kids. I still
Mm-hmm.
have to take care of things without your help, that
Mm-hmm.
you were helping with when we were together. So the whole dynamic of it changes. So I
Yeah,
don't know if she's doing it out of spite. Like I said, it could be a state thing to where it automatically happens. You never know. But I would really like, I have not, we see the pictures of him and it looks like he's not okay with it, but I don't really think that he's not okay with it. I think he's not okay with the fact that she's serious about the divorce.
mm-hmm.
Because he, like I said, he could have really meant like, no matter what, I got you, you got me. What happens in between here, we're gonna be together. And
Right.
she probably is like, no, we're not, because he's an attorney. I'm pretty sure he knew the laws when he adopted that child.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's a different ball game right there.
definitely.
Those are just my thoughts.
Yeah,
But I want to say this too, because I looked at it from a whole lot of different angles, just like we look at a lot of different things from different angles. Because the thing is, we always sometimes pinpoint the fact what's fair and not what's not fair to the man. But anytime a breakup, anytime a divorce, or any of those things take effect, the man have just as much as right to the child than the mother. Unfortunately, we just see a whole lot of situations where the kids automatically go with the mother. I'm wondering why the court, is it possibly maybe the dad just isn't enforcing it, or in a lot of cases are the dads trying to get the child and they're just not qualified, because we don't talk about that enough. Like it's not. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm asking because I don't know. I don't know if it's an automatic thing where when you get a divorce, the child is supposed to just go with the mother.
no,
I don't
I
think that's
just think it's still one of those social constructs that we still fall under. We're just so used to that being the case
The
Even when
norm.
you like a single father, you be tripping that has his kids, you'd be like, what? It's almost like finding a unicorn because you don't really see it because it's not something that you see every day. And I say because we still have these old antiquated ideals of, who's a better parent, a man or a woman. We would still have those issues to sort out first. To me, it's I don't give a damn about the gender. I care about who has the child's best interest at heart. You know,
Right.
who's the most emotionally stable, who's the most got the most emotional maturity, who gives them the best chance of conquering this world. That's who needs to be the parent. But in most courts, even when I before I even got married, had to go to court for my first daughter. I asked for my kid, and my judge looked at me like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, what you mean?" I mean, I had, I had a play in this too. Just because she cared, it don't mean that my contribution was any more insignificant. But they didn't look at it that
Right.
way. And this was like 2000, and they was like, "Nah, we're gonna award the kid to the mom." I'm like, "Damn!" So I ain't have a chance in the first place just because I was a man. Oh
Yeah.
wow,
Something to think about.
yeah,
Something to think about. We really don't know. It's just like you say, it's something that seems like it just automatically happens because that's the norm. That's what we're used to. But at the same time, it's one of those things. We gotta also understand sometimes that when we sign up for something, just because it's peaches and cream right then and there doesn't mean it's gonna always be that way. And
right,
sometimes, unfortunately, we got to think about what may possibly happen if we don't. The crazy thing is, there's another show, Housewives of Atlanta. I remember a couple on there. Um, her name was Drew, and I forget her husband's name, but everybody bashed him because he actually won't adopt her son. And he just, he won't do it. And everybody's like, what do you mean? That's your husband, that's still his child. But he made a great point. His point was, though, he did say that he didn't feel that it was necessary for him to adopt that child because that child's father is active in his life. And there's no need for him to override what his dad already has in place.
right.
I respect it.
That,
Like,
that,
I
makes, that
mean,
makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
it makes sense, but they really bashed him. Like, they would be at dinner, everybody would say, so he's still not gonna adopt your son, and I think it makes her feel a certain kind of way, but he got a point. Like, as long as he's responsible and helping out financially, y'all together, that's your husband. But him trying to just really strip that man from all his rights, and that man is active in the child's life, I don't think it's necessary either.
I mean, I see the father has passed away, or he just was a deadbeat, or saying that's the whole different scenario. Because if you come as a husband and you stepping in that role, that's something you and your wife can talk about down the line. But if, like you said, the
Right.
father is actively in the kid's life, is doing his part financially, emotionally, and physically with the child, then I mean, what more can you ask for? You don't need to do anything different. So,
Agreed.
absolutely.
Agreed. I know we only got about 6 more minutes left, but we do have some words of wisdom and things of that nature to get into. Another thing, we just want to make sure that everybody is. You got to be on the watch out for these hacks and all these things that's going on Facebook as well. You see these extra pages rolling around here, report they asses. Like, I don't understand how people have all the time in the world to even do it. But it's just getting bad, and I don't. It's crazy. People don't have nothing else to do but some stupid stuff. And I'm saying it because I've been having a bunch of people been messaging me, and they're like, "You see, that's not me. That's not. If you see that friend request, don't accept it. It's not me." And I'm like, "This is some crazy stuff." But it's just continuing to happen. But let's get into these words of wisdom because we need them.
All right, let's go for the Easter crowd. The sky is the limit only if you are scared to fail. Everything in this world is finite, be it a marriage, a job, friendship, relationship, health problems, money problems, etc. Nothing lasts forever. We become attached to things and at times try to resuscitate things that were meant to die. Nothing wrong with believing and fighting the good fight, but everything is wrong when it's just you doing the fighting. If the writing is on the wall, take notes and quit trying to edit a message to your own liking. That's quote number one.
Facts.
Number two, through love eyes, you see people for who you want them to be. Through your own eyes, you see them for who they are. Now that's done. Come here.
Let me zoom in. Let me. You want to talk to the people?
Let me talk to East folks real quick. Look here. If you ain't been to church since probably last Easter, don't go in there being extra. Find you a nice spot in the pew, sit down, and observe the service and have a good time. Don't be in there being extra, run around like you got the Holy Ghost. No, you ain't got it. Don't go in there no extra loud suit, being extra, trying to, just show what you ain't, like you first day of school, everybody can see your suit. Man, sit down somewhere, girl. Ladies, you ain't going to the club, boo-boo. Last time I was in church, I seen a girl with a doggone dress so tight, seeing her heart beating. Baby, I know I'm not the mother of the church, but I'm telling you, there's still some rules of engagement in church. Go in there acting cordially. And if you ain't been in a long time, you forgot how to do the rituals, and sit down and observe. I'm going and embarrassing yourself. And for those churches that have ATMs in the back and the ones that do everything to get the money, man, I wish I had more time. I need to holler at you for it. Let's not do that. This is for, if you believe and everybody don't, and it's not my place to judge nobody. You do what you do. We all gonna find out one day if everything was what it said it was or it's not. We gonna find out one day. I'd rather be on the right side of it than the wrong side. That's just me. It may be all BS. I don't know, but I'd rather be on the right side of it than the wrong side.
But Dr. Real, let's jump back over a little bit to the church dresses and stuff. Is it fair to say everything has become fashion statement? Because to be honest,
we back.
And the what they call it, the shawls, they call them a shawl. They go over your arm when you got your dresses. They don't make it no more. It's hard to even find what you would consider to have as a nice, wholesome church outfit. It's all extra now. Everything is extra. Now, that's just my opinion. Like, can you get
Fashion Nova on? I've seen now. I'm not asking y'all to come in like y'all Little House on the Prairie. Now, I'm not saying that because I know that's them days are long gone. However, and especially if you know your body, if you know you get cold peanut butter, and you know that, to get to accentuate your assets. Okay, but you in there calling people to be in there sinning, and they probably focus on the church, and you up jumping and clapping. And more things clapping in your damn hands. Them cheeks clapping. That's problematic. Put on. I mean, again, I grew up with a house full of women. Put on something to hold all that jelly in, baby. What them thing called girdles? Put on something. Spank something. Come on now.
Some of y'all be call them girdles.
And you mean? I ain't no youngster no more, so I'm gonna holler what it was when I was coming up. Shapewear,
oh my goodness.
Whatever it is, and dude, some of y'all have them too tight suits too. I done seen you. The button crying for dear life. You got a suit on damn well. You were 48, that suit of 44. Come on now.
And can't breathe. Button about to pop.
Just do what's right. I mean, there's some place we still got to keep some kind of respect for some institutions, and I think that's one of them. We need to kind of keep that going. Don't come and smell like Hennessy. You be all your cousins in town for Easter. You just left the club and you still got your club band on your hand, and you in the club smell like Hennessy. I mean, you in the church smell like Hennessy. Don't do that. Just don't even come.
We gotta do better.
we
gotta do better. We gotta do better. See, y'all see what happened when we haven't seen y'all in a while. But We're gonna always keep it real. It's just certain things. We really actually got more to talk about, but we're gonna save that to next time because it is 8:30. So y'all
Wow.
just make sure y'all come back and rock with us. We are here every other Wednesday, every first and third Wednesday, actually, from 8 to 8:30 Central Standard Time. And y'all also make sure that you tune in tomorrow night. We'll have Steph, the educator. She'll be giving y'all some updates. I'm pretty sure she may even talk about that crazy school shooting that took effect, but she typically comes in to tell you all about all the things that we don't sometimes know as parents that's going on in these schools, and we need to be in tune with our kids. But as we always say,
Absolutely.
we ain't got to go home, y'all, but we definitely got to get the hell up out of here. And this has been a great show. We really enjoyed y'all. Make sure y'all comment when you watch the replay. I'll be more than happy to watch those